Hello, Mr. Taylor. My name's Luna. Luna Adams. I'm Simon Adams' daughter. No, please keep watching, Mr. Taylor. This is important. I need to tell you that the accident last year wasn't your fault. It was my fault, and I'm so sorry for everything that's happened to you because of it. You see, last year, Mr. Taylor, I was only 12. I was scared and worried, and that's why I lied. Dad was driving me home. It was the last day of school, and I was in a brilliant mood. We were laughing and singing along to the songs on the radio, and I was trying to show Dad this picture of Mr. Crosby, my math teacher. His face was really red in the picture, and it was so funny, Mr. Taylor. I wanted to show my dad the picture. Dad didn't want to look at it, Mr. Taylor. You see, he was a responsible driver. I kept shoving it in Dad's face, Mr. Taylor. I forced him to take my phone and look at the picture. Finally, Dad took my phone and he saw the picture, and then he laughed. My dad had a great laugh, Mr. Taylor. It made you feel like you were on top of the world. But then that's when I saw your truck. You were racing down the road, Mr. Taylor. You just skipped past a red light, but the road had been clear. We'd come off from the junction and we'd gone through a red light too. Technically, it was our right of way, Mr. Taylor. But the thing is, the road was clear when you were going. And my dad sped out into the middle of the road. And then our cars collided. I was screaming, Mr. Taylor. I was shouting out my dad's name, but he didn't respond. I kept calling him, Mr. Taylor, but he never said a word. He was too quiet. I couldn't twist my neck to see my dad, but I could already see that his airbag hadn't exploded, Mr. Taylor. And that was the last time I saw my dad. When the ambulance came, people asked me lots of questions, but I didn't answer any of them. And then the police came. I told them that you'd been speeding and that you'd gone through a red light. You admitted. And then you were sent to prison for 10 years for manslaughter. I'm so sorry, Mr. Taylor. I could see my phone screen underneath my dad's pedals on the driver's side of the car. It was cracked, but I could still see the face of Mr. Crosby. But his face was now cracked and distorted. I see his face in my nightmares, Mr. Taylor. His face and my dad's. Almost every night I have flashbacks, Mr. Taylor. I'm so sorry. Then court came and I repeated myself. I blamed you. And you were so shaken up that you accepted the blame and went to jail. I'm so sorry, Mr. Taylor. I've been hiding my life for the past year, Mr. Taylor. But it's taken over my life. I can't make any friends and I can't go out and talk to people when I know that I'm a murderer. Please, Mr. Taylor. I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm just asking you to listen. You need to understand why I lied. I was only 12 last year, Mr. Taylor, and I was so scared about what would happen to me. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life in jail. I'm so sorry, I only thought about myself. I was so scared, Mr. Taylor. And that's why I blamed you. I saw a picture of your daughter when I was looking online to find your email address. She looks really cute. Sorry. Anyway, I hope you'll be able to see her soon. Mr. Taylor, from the moment when I lied about me murdering my dad, That lie has taken over my life. It's created something dark inside of me, Mr. Taylor, and I need to let it out. I need the world to see who I am and what I've done, Mr. Taylor. So when you've watched this video, share it with who you want. The police, my mum, my family, my friends. I don't care, Mr. Taylor. I don't care what happens to me now. I just need you to forgive me, Mr. Taylor. Please.